time for me to do a story time. Look, I got braces today. I'm definitely taking care of my inner child right now. Let's do a story time of how I got my very first pimp. Okay, so it's 2013. I'm a senior in high school. Excuse me, guys. Please get off of me. Thank you. It's 2013. It's my senior year in high school. And this is the year that I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever goes, goes. I'm not gonna be the lame that I've been in all these years. You know, like in school, nobody really cared for me, which was fine. I didn't care for them. But people were just unnecessarily mean for me. And so this school year, my senior year, I was determined to step out of, I guess, isolation. I just was really ready to have like my own friend group. So I was in this theater class. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was like theater. And there was this girl in my class. We're gonna call her I don't know, fucking Mary. We're gonna call her Mary. And I had seen Mary previously about other, like I've seen her before. Like, you know, I had rode the same bus as her for a couple years. I never talked to her, but I always saw her. And we started talking once we got in that class. And then we got cool. And so we started hanging out and smoking together. And we just got real cool. She had a car, you know, it was, you know how it is when you don't have a car, your friend got a car. So she would pick me up, we'd go to school, we would skip school, all that. We would just be free together. That was I think that's when I really, no, I was gonna say that's when I really started getting into it with, I think she was a Scorpio, with Scorpio women, but I don't think that was when. But anyway, so her birthday comes around, you know, I'm going out with her for her birthday. We're going to the clubs, we leaving school, smoking weed. We meet up with niggas, like, we living, you know, we're being teenagers. And this is towards the end of the school year, kind of closer to not the end of the school year, but closer to the end of that year. So now we made it through the whole first half of the semester, and now we're getting ready to go on Christmas break. And she was like, I want you to go somewhere with me. There's this girl, and she turns up in Memphis, and this is group, and they turn up, and, you know, they dance, and they pay you to turn up. And I was like, I had never heard of them. She had told me the name of it, but still, I had never heard of it. And I'm gonna say the name. So it was Team Taboo in Memphis. Look it up, y'all. They was all over the news for doing crazy, wild shit in the club. Like, everybody knew about them. Except me, apparently. I didn't know who they were. And so she was meeting with one of the girls, one of the main people from there. And, you know, she was like, hold on. Okay. I was cooking and I had to go turn the stove off. But, I can't remember where I was. But basically, like, everybody knew about him except me. And so she was meeting with the main girl. She was like, I want you to go with me. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't even know what I told my mom. I don't even really remember. I remember we were supposed to go with them that first weekend. And then something happened, and then we rescheduled, and we ended up going like the next weekend or something. And I don't know if they picked us up from her house. I really can't remember how we got there. right? I just remember they did come to get us. Okay. So that night, we all at this hotel. I meet the main one of the main people. I meet my very first pimp. To this day, he says he's not a pimp, but met my first pimp. And, you know, he has this huge bottle of Svedka vodka. And he had some orange juice. And I remember everybody was smoking and drinking, chilling. I'm drinking drinks. I ain't never been drunk before. Somehow I ended up getting drunk as hell. I got so drunk I threw up. I remember there was this other lady. Her name was Fancy. And I'm going to tell you another story time about Fancy one day. But Fancy, that was a whole other thing. But I ended up throwing up. And then I remember we went to this club. I can't tell you where the club was in Memphis. Or anything. I remember there was mirrors on the wall. And I remember they had to have had some kind of flood. Because I remember the floors being soaking wet and like literally puddles of water in like the bathroom and everything. And I remember, you know, the dude that got on the microphone and he was like, "Oh, we gonna turn this motherfucker up." We went to the club and I'm drunk as hell, so we out there dancing, we twerking. I ended up butt ass naked. Like, I don't remember. I mean, I just, look, y'all, that's what I remember. I remember getting drunk as hell. I remember throwing up in the car right before we went in because the heat was on, it was blasting, and I threw up. And then I remember going in the club. I remember us smoking weed. I remember dancing in the club. I remember the floor being wet. I remember mirrors. And I remember somehow I'm naked dancing. And my friend Mary was dancing too. And we was just, I don't know, turning up. And then after that, we went home, or we went back, and we went to sleep that night, and then the next day they dropped us off. And I remember on the way to drop us off, we had got pulled over by the police. I guess because the girl was driving and she was like speeding or whatever, and the police pulled her over. And I remember like I was real scared because I'm 17. There's weed in the car. I'm thinking they finna take me to jail. I remember lying about my social security number. It was just crazy, and that was the very first time that I met him. If y'all want to hear more about that story, let me know. Well, not that story, but actually, no, I'm going to do a part 2 anyway. I don't care if y'all want to hear it or not. Somebody's finna hear it. But yeah, that is how I met my very first pimp. But now, life is so different. I ended up joining the military. I've had my first son. I don't work. I haven't worked since I got out the military. I get a check from the VA every month because I'm a disabled veteran. And I just sit back and I just think like, wow, you know, to be where I was then and where I am now, it amazes me, you know? And I'm sitting here and I'm literally building the life of my dreams, and it's like all I did one day was change my mind. It really was that simple. I changed my mind how I was going to live. And that one choice brought me here, and I am literally building the life of my dreams. My braces, I wanted these braces for so long. I remember being in like middle school and high school, and I just wanted braces so bad. And they even told me that I needed braces, but I didn't get them. And so me getting these braces, all I see is my inner child right now. Like, she's so happy. She's so excited. Like, you know, I'm just so happy and grateful for where I am in life right now. And all of this happened because I decided to change my life. So, with that being said, if you have a pimp, follow my journey, girl. Because I'm telling you, life is bigger than that. You just got to make the decision. And for the people who, I hope this touches somebody's heart, because there's a way out. I promise. There's a way out. And you don't have to do that. I know you're scared. I know he is in your head. I know he is telling you everything you need to hear right now. But listen to me when I say you can get yourself out. Okay? I'm here for you. Message me. Email me. Help me. Help me help you. But I'm going to end this. Peace and love, my girl. Sending you lots of love. To all the people who watching. Nah. Just peace and love.